Welcome back. Minister of Higher Education Ayman Ashur met with an elite group of distinguished Egyptian scholars and professors from various top-ranking British universities on the sidelines of his participation in the activities of the Global Education Forum held in London and organized by the British Council in the United Kingdom. To shed more light on the issue, are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Jihan Zahran, pioneering educational expert. Dr. Zahran is a distinguished university professor at Western California. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, dear.
How are you?
I'm fine. Hope everything is okay, inshallah.
Doctor, this forum comes with the framework of the presidential initiative, Bridges of Development, with the aim of enhancing communication between the Egyptian scholars around the world and benefiting from the experiences in implementing the National Strategy Plan for Higher Education and Cross-Border Education. Can you please shed light on the Bridges of Development initiative or مبادرة جسور التنمية?
Okay, actually, it's a very great step that it can be happen nowadays, especially that anybody, any Egyptian that's living abroad has really a good field in his position that he's really willing to give a hand and just get what he's experienced just to his own mother company. And actually, this is what I just need to say, just having lots of things that establishing a network with Egyptian scientists abroad, it has lots of benefits and lots of focusing that I can summarize it into maybe some points.
Yes, please.
It can be just, like creating a database. So so if you develop comprehensive database of Egyptians that living abroad that really have impact in any field, not a certain field, and academic working globally, and professional network. From the professional network and associations, that facilitates communication and collaboration among these scientists with the institutions in Egypt. That's also a very good thing that it can be enhanced with the long time. With the regular conference and workshops that really will organize also conference and workshops and webinars that force knowledge exchange and collaboration between the Egyptian scientists abroad and local institutions. And also it promotes collaboration, research and innovation. Joint research projects, research grants, innovation hubs, all of that things that can be also impact with the development and really in another level for the education sector. Especially that we have the qualification and the sector and all the educators excellent.
Yes, doctor. Doctor, what is the national strategy for higher education and scientific research, which has launched by the ministry with the aim of developing the educational and research systems?
Actually, there is a strategic advisory role to appoint Egyptian scientists in strategic advisory role to guide the development of the higher education policies and research agendas. With the National Council, from the National Council, that is committee that's comprising the renewed Egyptian scientists and the R&D to provide insights and recommendations to enhancing the higher education sector. So all the strategies regarding to whatever field, I'm not talking about certain fields, of course, I'm talking about all the higher education sectors. So to enhancing the curriculum and education resources, strategic have lots of things to be done, to be just honest with you. If we're going to start with strategic, we can talk about strategic lots. We can talk about the curriculum development. We can talk about educational materials. We can talk about exchanging programs, scholarship, virtual collaboration tools. All of this we can talk about. But what I really need to focus on, and really, maybe that's, I really was excited just to interfere with your respective call, just to enhance the level of the educators' language. Meaning, maybe I will remind you of something that the President was talking about a scholarship with the computer science students. And there is lots of fund coming to that students. More than, I think, 3,000 students have been available to get a scholarship and fund. But we only found out like 111 only they accepted. But why? Not because we are not qualified on this subject, by the way, but
Yeah.
because of the language that's given to the exam. So we need to focus on the language in the higher education. And we need to focus on how they can express the qualities of the education that they already get from very prestigious universities in Egypt. So the language is very focusing thing. And really, maybe I just get a message from your program, really just to get announced to everybody who's really working on the higher education team. It doesn't need to be a strategic government from the government. It needs to be an individual work with every educator has to take care of himself to enhance himself as a language to be delivered and to guide the students himself to the right way to what the research skills it can be get to into the market easily.
Dr. The Minister of Higher Education listened to the proposals of the Egyptian scholars and professors regarding projects that could be implemented, and that included the project to manufacture cars in Britain and how to reduce their weight, and research on its application in Egypt, as well as a project on developing the transport and communications, and a proposal to establish a faculty of transport in the Egyptian universities. Can you give up your insight on the ideas proposed during the forum?
I like the initiative. I like the proposal very much. But for what's the project for the cars and losing weight in it, it's something really industrial. It helps a lot to make the bridge between the academic and the industrial way. Will help a lot for entrepreneurship. Regarding the transport college, I really recommend it highly. Egypt needs a lot of development on the transport, needs to focus, needs specification in some of the fields that will really enhance something that really suffering from what part of really the transportation is. But we need also to talk about the facility. Facilitate. I mean, if any project will come needs a facilitator. This facilitating, it's more than the project itself, believe me, or I can say it's having the better line. So if I have a project and we can start with it, basically we need to start with what it can be done to have it a real good enhance and collaboration between all the teams. So I like the project very much and I'm really waiting for action.
Indeed. Doctor, what, in your opinion, is the significance of transforming these ideas actually to real projects on the ground?
It has a lot of impact. I mean, if we talk about any project, it's not only transportation, but it's really good that we focus on what we are challenging in and put our hands on the project that will give industrial development in the Egyptian society. If we come to having the building, the institutional partnership, okay, which is really the main course, I'm really focusing all the time with the partnership. Partnership makes a little bit enhanced in all of the fields. International agreements and collaboration programs that really can really have been this, having done in actions in Egypt, will really make a big transformation. Because we really have the qualification people, we really have the educators excellence, we have the land, we have the resources, and we have the mindset that it's really started to be on the right way. So we don't have anything missing, you know? So actually, and we need, and what is the initiative that happened nowadays is the initiative that's supporting the people who's really abroad, and they are really good in hand. We are really willing to do anything to our country. We are really just need any just asking, and we will really run to give it. But we need a facilitating and really engagement, and that's a good step. I think it's really having a communication and collaboration, and good to have the teamwork. All of it happened.
Indeed. Dr. Minister Ashur focused on the principle of effective participation in order to enhance the role of the universities in the state strategic plans. What's your take on that, and what's the importance of this?
Actually, this, you know, when we have something to be planned, we need also a committee, right? So when you have the media in your field, for example, you have a committee in your field. So you have the one who's really have the cam, and you have the one who's really get the script, and there is a team. And this is one of the main things I think the minister talking about. So giving the academic sector a committee to be a hand in the strategic plan, that's a very good impact. Because the academic plan, it's really important to have this, the vision for the industrial thing. And the businessmen as well, or the industrial field, or the business market, they have also an impact on this.
Yes.
So they need to have this gap and bridge between them. Committee between the academic and the industrial, this is the thing what our generation needs. They need the collaboration between them. Because when I grad from the academic, I need to have the field to work in.
Yes.
What I have already studied. So it's already having a committee. It's a good step. And it's really, what I say, it's a conditional step. I will not say good only.
Yes.
But it has a really good impact with the outcome later on. This is what anyone in the whole world, as a student, as a parent, need to have their kids after grad, they have the right field to work in, and especially what he already studied. Not to go for another courses, not to go for another field, not to discover that this is the thing that I didn't find myself in. So being a committee of that is a very essential thing of any strategic plan for the whole strategic in the whole country as well.
Indeed. Doctor, actually, the World Education Forum is aiming at setting priorities and developing the necessary measures to make the education stronger and improve its contribution to building a better world. To what extent participating in such forums could be of benefits to Egypt and the development of our educational system?
You're talking about how the industrial, that can be an impact for the educational system itself.
Yes.
Right? If we're talking about the educational system, I will not talk about the current situation because I'm not so involved with the updates.
Yes.
But what I see actually, which is the process that I can see it from far away, and you know, the standards of the Egyptian universities here in Egypt, and all of it that I ranked later on in 2024, which is in fact what's going on inside. And the educational materials, with the collaboration of the creation of the textbooks, research papers, and online resources that can be utilized by Egyptian universities and students, this is really impressive. Right? And what we can say that encouraging students and faculty exchange programs, this is actually what I really need to be focused on. Exchanging programs developed, you know, exchange programs will allow Egyptian students and faculty to gain experience abroad and bring back new perspectives and knowledge. And the scholarship offers scholarship and fellowship for students and research to study and collaborate with Egyptian scientists at their host institutions. That will make completely big difference. And what I need is just to having the education coming aligned with the industrial field, with integrated with Egyptian resource. So that's all the countries are doing. So we have to focus on what is our resources to be developed and direct the education objectives on it. So in that way, we will not find, grads will not find a job in the market. So they will find directly the right way to work in, because there is an integration. As we said, and as you just, your respective word, as you said, that integration and committee of the academic, they will help. They will say, this is what we need, this is what we eliminate. And this is the market from the other side. This is what we need our generation to work in that field, to develop our industry and to develop themselves as well. So it is like an equation, but it's a very easy equation if it is done with the teamwork.
Of course. Doctor, finally, the importance of the AI in developing the educational system. To what extent this is important?
Yeah. Actually, We have been loved saying that in so many conferences in the whole world about AI and how the educators are really afraid of their role later on.
Yes.
And not only educators, in all the fields, because AI is getting into this. But I just want to say, because this is what we are focusing on, what people are not neglecting, humanizing our assessments in the academic field.
Yes.
This is what is the secret. All right, so we cannot prevent students to use AI. We cannot prevent anyone to use AI, but we can change our assessment tools to know exactly, if this AI helps you to develop your skill or not.
Yes.
So humanizing our assessments, this is the key for academics. For other fields, an AI is just a very nice tool, by the way. We can use it in the right way, and we can enhance our own skills a bit. So it will help a lot. It will not exceeding what we do.
Yeah.
On the opposite, it will help us to improve what we're supposed to do. So we're not afraid from AI. We just consider it as a tool to help us in our field, and we can, and let's ignore our human eye. Still, humans are the ones who really created AI.
Indeed, Dr.
Not the vice versa.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Jihan Zahran, our pioneering educational expert, thank you so much for being our guest and for your very precious input. Our dear viewers, with that we come to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show, coming to you live here from our studios on 90 International. Till tomorrow with another cool. Goodbye and have a lovely day.